Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand the closing action on the D Street. Now remember viewers, the markets have been cheering on and you can actually see 25,000 marks sustaining on the Nifty right now. We are up by about 1.5%. 25,063 is the current level at which the Nifty is trading at, 363 points higher in trade. This is largely led by the sentiments that improved as far as the IT sector is concerned today. That's the one that's in the front running zone. You can see over 2% gains coming in for the IT index as a whole. Of course, led by names like Infosys and TCS. Both are the top movers on the Nifty right now, along with names like even Wipro, Tech Mahindra that have tagged along in the gains as well. FMCG is also in fine shape. You can see names like Nestle Britannia that's also hovering higher in trade, even HUL. Let's also look at the metals pack that's now shining bright. You can see about a 0.6-0.7% kind of an uptick coming in on the metals pack. Even the broader market, some gains can actually be seen about 0.5% on the mid caps right now and a little lower on the small caps. What's not doing well? It's the banking space that's actually on the back foot today. Nifty Bank, financial services, PSU banks, those are the ones that are declining, even private banks. So all the constituents of the banking space are actually on the back foot today. Oil and gas and pharma, there's a slight bit of volatility that we are seeing in the markets right now as far as these pockets are concerned. Let me quickly also let you know what exactly is happening on the F&O pack. 361 WAM, that's up by about 6.5%, strongly higher as far as the F&O action is concerned. Indian hotels, in fact, the entire tourism space is also buzzing with smart gains today. Phoenix Mills is higher. You can see about a 4% higher move. Colgate Palmolive is also up and about in trade. Let me look at the top Nifty gainers as far as the Nifty 500 movers are concerned. Regal Resources, you can actually see the debut stock about 30% higher in trade. You can also look at names like even Ikeo Technologies that's up. You can also see Ola Electric that's now up by 15.6%. Remember, the stock has already jumped up over 25% in the last two trading sessions. Smart move for the EV player, EV2V player Ola Electric today. Godfrey Phillips is at about 12.5% higher. Arihant Capital Markets is another one from the capital market space that's higher in trade. You also have names like even Sky Gold that's also hovering higher. Carborundum Universal that's also up by about 11%. Look at even names like for instance, BGR Energy Systems, that's also higher. Arcade Ply, that's also another stock that's also on the move as far as the positive action is concerned. I'll also highlight for you what's happening on the Nifty next 15 names, where you can clearly see Indian hotels as the top mover there. Lodha Developers from the real estate space is also moving in tandem. You can also see names like Swiggy now up by about 3%. Varun Beverages is higher. Godrej Consumer Products, retail player like D-Mart, Avenue Supermart is up. Indigo is also higher by about 1.5% in trade. Info Edge is also hovering up. Those are all the stocks that are buzzing as far as the Nifty next 50 names are concerned. From the wealth management space, capital markets, even NBFCs, a lot of buoyancy that one can spot. Apart from even 361 WAM that we have mentioned, housing finance names are higher. Sundaram Finance, Canfin Homes, that's higher. Nuvama Wealth is also hovering higher in trade. So those are some of the buzzing stocks that one can clearly look at in trade. Let me also just mark out for a few viewers what's happening on the auto ancillary space. Remember yesterday this entire space and last 2 days, in fact, this has been the winning space. Today it's the turn of M&M, Exide, Hero, Bajaj Auto, all of these stocks that are also buzzing in trade. Let me also look at a few pockets that are declining. Pharma and oil and gas, you can clearly see, and banking names. Those are the ones that are on the back foot. You can also clearly see from the pharma pack, it's Aurobindo Pharma that's also on the weakening side. So let me just quickly pull up that one. That's the top loser as far as the F&O action is concerned today. Oro Pharma share is down by nearly 4% in trade. And, you know, of course, the stock has been in news. This is after reports of Zentiva buyout talks has actually emerged in trade today. Reports are suggesting that the company has emerged as a front runner to acquire Prague-based Zentiva for $5 to $5.5 billion. If completed, this will be the largest ever acquisition by an Indian pharma company. That's the clear news that's coming in, and that's led to some sentimental, knee-jerk reaction that we are seeing. in the largest ever acquisition by any Indian pharma company, both domestically as well as internationally. It will also probably surpass, if the deal goes through, the Daiichi Sankyo deal that had happened at $3.2 billion in Ranbaxy in 2014, as well as the Biocon Biologics $3.3 billion cash and stock deal to buy the global biosimilars business of US-based Viatris, also that we get to know. So we'll continue to keep an eye out on Oro Pharma's, kind of strengthening its position or footprint that it wants to in European region, especially Eastern European market like Czech Republic, Romania and Slovakia. These are the regions that are also seen as promising growth areas for biosimilars. So we'll keep an eye out on the pharma index on that front as well. But let's welcome our guest on board. We have Mr. Brijesh Ail, Head of Technicals and Derivatives, Retail Research at IDBI Capital, joining in now. Brijesh, good afternoon to you. Help us with your fresh view on the markets beyond 25,000. Do you see the markets gaining momentum from here on as well, or do you think tomorrow's weekly expiry is going to be placing another hurdle to this move? Brijesh, could you go on? Tell me, what's your fresh view on the markets? Are you able to hear me, Brijesh?
Yeah, I can't hear anything.
Can you hear now?
Yeah.
Okay, so Brijesh, I wanted your fresh view on the markets beyond 25,000. What is the next level you are looking at for the Nifty? Do you think tomorrow, being the weekly expiry, there could be some volatility to this level as well?
Yeah, hi Sakshi, good afternoon. So my view is positive. So today after a very long time, I think the Nifty has scaled about 25,000 level. So 25,000 is also the 50-day moving average. So maybe from the tomorrow's point of view, we may see some resistance at 25,100, but then on the weekly closing basis, we believe that there will be a breakout and this 25,100, 25,200, this level is likely to be taken out. So the structure is positive, the bias is also positive. If by any chance, if tomorrow there is any normal opening and if we see 25,000 level, that can be a buying opportunity from the intraday perspective as well, because somewhere the expiry should be close to 25,100 level.
Okay, got that. Let me also take from you one or two stock ideas that you are betting big on in this upward trajectory in the markets that we are looking at. Anything that is giving you fresh signals for a buy?
Yeah, so I think there is from the mid cap space, Heritage Food is one stock which is looking extremely positive. So I think there can be a short term bounce can be seen in the Heritage Food. So from the current level, I think we can easily get 15-20%, and maybe somewhere close to 530 is what we are looking for the Heritage Food. And secondly, CDSL is something which is again getting up the momentum. So I think CDSL should be on the watch list, and I think there is also an opportunity where it can move up by another 10 odd percent from the current level. So this remains from the maybe from the 2 to 3 days kind of a trading opportunity. I understand that Heritage Food and CDSL can be the bet.
Okay, got that. Let me ask you on the IT pack, the top moving sector today, Brijesh. What's the sense that you have here? Will this carry on as momentum? What do you do with the top performing stocks today, likes of Infosys, TCS among the large caps?
Yeah, I think IT is one space which is now for the very first time today it has started to pick up some momentum. If you look at the structure for the TCS and the coach, I think it's poised. The base formation is done, and TCS can see some 7 to 8% kind of a bounce. So we are liking TCS, coach, and to some extent Infosys as well. So there is a trading opportunity, and this cannot. We are not very confident whether this will be a positional bet, but definitely yes, there is a trading opportunity, and this IT should contribute. When the IT will start moving up, the index may also support. It support from the IT, and that should take the index higher.
Okay, got that. Anything within the consumption-oriented themes? These are the themes that have been running well for the last couple of sessions. Be it consumer durables, be it FMCG. How are you looking at the consumption theme as of now? What is catching your fresh attention?
Maybe I think Dabur is something which has given a very clear breakout in today's session. So Dabur is something which I'm liking. I think that momentum can be seen, the continuation of the trend can be seen in Dabur. And to some extent, HUL is also looking promising. So maybe the Dabur and HUL should be on the watch list.
Okay, so Brijesh, what's your view when it comes to auto space at large? Because this has been the front runner of a reaction to the GST rationalization announcement that we've been seeing. This entire week so far, we've been seeing across the board a lot of momentum getting generated, four-wheelers, two-wheelers, commercial vehicle players as well. How are you looking at the auto space? If you could highlight any top two or three stock ideas from here as well.
Yeah, so basically there are four ideas. From the trading perspective, I think the Tata Motors is, though the trend for the Tata Motors is still a little bit on the downside, but trading opportunity can be seen with Tata Motors. And one more which we are keeping watch is on the Ashok Leyland. Ashok Leyland has already run up, but then still that 145, 150 is still in cards. So if there is any small correction in Ashok Leyland, I think that can be an opportunity. Plus, from the very long-term perspective, M&M is something which we are keeping a watch on. M&M, irrespective of the auto sector, I think it has given a very strong record in the monthly time frame. So M&M we are liking. So from the very long-term perspective, M&M and Hero MotoCo will be the positional bet, whereas the Tata Motors and the Ashok Leyland will be the trading opportunity.
Okay, got that. Let me also just, when we're talking about this entire consumption-oriented theme, hospitality cannot be left behind. Today, all the tourism-focused companies are also in focus. Let's look at Indian Hotels Company. After a long haul, you're seeing a substantial move on this stock. This used to be one of the favorite stocks of analysts as well when we used to talk about hospitality names. What does this fresh buying momentum that you're seeing right now indicate to you above 807? Do you think this makes for a fresh entry as well within Indian hotels? And across the board, we are also looking at some of those extreme laggard stocks like My Trip Planners and all. Also, those are the stocks that are also getting back into momentum. What would you say on tourism and hospitality?
I think same like IT, even this sector is one sector where I think they have started with the momentum. Specifically, Indian Hotel, I think on the weekly time frame, it is about to give a fresh record. There is a triangular kind of formation which we can see in Indian Hotel, and I believe that we'll see another 10-15% kind of a rally in the Indian Hotel. So we are going to initiate that call, and we are anyway that is in our fundamental peak as well. So I think from this level, we can easily speak of 900, 950 on the Indian hotel. Plus, the stocks like Lemon Tree and Chalet are something which is also picking up volume. So I think that with the entire sector, Indian hotel would be the first bet. Secondly, the Chalet and then the Lemon Tree. So all these counters are looking extremely positive. Maybe for the next 10, 15 days, I think this should be the on the limelight. And whenever if we see any small corrections, can be opportunity to take the long bet.
Okay, fair point. Let me also just talk about some of the other high flyers in the markets from the Nifty next 50 names. How would you look at an Ola Electric purely on technical basis? Look at the smart momentum today. I mean, 19% of a rally nearly coming in on Ola Electric. It's now trading at the day's high point at 53 levels. The momentum has only continued. Volumes have only increased throughout the course of the day. Now 19% higher for Ola Electric. What you see in the chart, 31, 32% of a rally this week has only come in over yesterday and today, just 2 days. This 31%, 32% of a rally. So for a long part of last few months, Ola Electric has been seen as a big wealth destroyer, a stock that has got a lot of people's money stuck. It is still below its issue price, by the way. It came in at an IPO price of 76, went up to 100, and three digits higher numbers. Came down substantially, was consolidating for a fairly bit of time, but last 2 days have really brought in fresh wave of buying on Ola Electric. Would you be confident of buying Ola at this level after a 18-19% rally, or would you now be very cautious?
So there are a lot of people who are stuck in Ola, as you said. So for
Yeah.
me, the people some of the people have done some bottom fishing at 40, 45 levels, because there are many times where people do like to do some averaging part. So, but if I speak from the technical point of view, I'm not very confident whether this momentum will last. So, from the level of 53, technically 60 is the level where I can see some resistance. This is again the 200-day moving average, which I can see in the daily chart. So, my understanding is that, see, I don't know whether it will be a right from the long-term perspective, even from the fundamental point of view, we are not recommending Ola to anybody to make any fresh entry. uh, we need to have a wait and watch for next 1 or 2 quarter. Technically, this bounce may go till 60 levels. My advice is that near to 60 is it somebody who can take a loss, who doesn't want to hold for a very long term, and somebody who taken a trading opportunity. 60 is the level where they will see some resistance. So it will be far more difficult for 60 level to be taken up. So closer to 60, if somebody want to exit and somebody who's already bought at lower level near 40, 45, or maybe whatever that level, 60, closer to 60, try to take some profits, or somebody wants to take the loss, 60 is the level to do that.
Okay, fair point. So that's as far as Ola Electric is concerned. Let me also talk about one another stock, and that's from the metals pack, but this is actually on the declining side. I'm talking about the large cap Vedanta. The stock declined by about 2% in trade today. This is after the NCLT, the National Company Law Tribunal, has deferred the hearing on the company's proposed demerger. Now, the postponement follows serious objections that have already been raised by the central government that actually claimed the move could hinder the ability to recover dues from the company. Now, during the NCLT proceedings, government has alleged concealment and non-disclosure of key information related to the demerger. It has flagged concerns over inflated revenues, concealed liabilities, suggesting that Vedanta altered its demerger scheme after having received the no objection certificate from SEBI and stock exchanges. Now, SEBI has confirmed that Vedanta made modifications to the scheme post NOC, which the regulator termed as serious breach of the applicable master circular. The market watchdog has now said it has issued an administrative warning to the company, adding that such modifications should have been brought to the attention of the company's board as well. Now, in light of these issues raised, the NCLT has postponed the hearing of the demerger proposal to 17th of September now. When Vedanta had first announced its demerger plan back in September of 2023, aiming to split into four independent listed entities in aluminium, oil and gas, power and base metals, the company had said that the restructuring is intended to improve the operational efficiency, streamline management and to unlock shareholder value as well. But these fresh concerns have emerged as denting the sentiment on the stock today. 445 is the current level on Vedanta. What would you do here, Brijesh?
Sakshi, we have a different view here because fundamentally we are betting for 520 minutes, but then that will take a longer time. So from the current level, I think this can mean somebody wants to hold for the very long term. Yes, that bet is there, but on the immediate basis, whoever is having a position, 420 is a stop loss. If 420 level is broken, then this there will be a loss of momentum, or maybe from the time wise there can be a slightly correction. So it is something like it still looks sideways. I don't think level
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Brijesh. Brijesh, we lost your audio. Could you repeat yourself, please?
yeah, I said that is it clear now?
Yes, I can hear you. Please go on.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have an understanding that this stock can move back to 520 levels. So directionally, we are having a long bet. But since now whatever the news has come, the immediate support for the stock is 420. So as long as this 420 level is respected, I think the structure is positive, and slowly and steadily we can see some positive momentum. So we are not too much worried about it. And someday when it climbs above 465, 470, there can be a range breakout as well. So directionally, we are having a positive bias. We believe 520 can be the upside. So we will be having a hold position, and we'll be cautious if 420 level is broken, which doesn't look as of now.
Okay, fair point. All right, it's 3:19 now. I think, Brijesh, this is the right time, apt time to hear from you any BTST, STBT trades that one can look at.
Okay, so I think IT is one space where the momentum is there.
Yes.
Uh, on immediate, yeah, on immediate basis, Infosys from the level of 1495, I think we can see 1520, 15 tomorrow's trade. So I would be betting on Infosys. And second, Dabur is extremely positive. I think this maybe morning can be gap up trade. So Dabur is something which is liking at this price. So I think Dabur can go back to 550, 555 level, purely from the BTST point of view.
Okay, fair point. 3:20 right now. Let me just quickly highlight what else is on the buzzing zone right now. Well, we have discussed that a lot of IT FMCG names are also in focus. Today, even real estate is picking up pace. Names like Lodha are back in focus. Anything within real estate space that, Brijesh, you particularly like? Today, the index is up by a percent.
Yeah, I think the Godrej property is something which is coming in the
Okay.
limelight. So Godrej property is about to give a reach breakout. See, from the level of this 2040, I think this can go to 2100, 2150. It might take a little longer time, but Godrej and then the Lodha. Lodha is extremely positive. That has given a technically it has given a breakout. So from the level of this 1300, this can go to 1350. So that's a trading opportunity. Lodha and Godrej property, I think both can do well in this market.
Okay, so that's the real estate story for you. Let me also mark out a lot of viewers also track Anil Dhirubhai Ambani group of stocks. Both Reliance Infra and Reliance Power are actually at a 5% circuit today. In fact, both these stocks have again risen by over 10-11% in the last two odd trading sessions as well. This is also supported by significant project related announcements that has lifted the investor sentiment yet again. Remember a few days back for last couple of weeks, these stocks were under pressure because of increased news flows on the ED rates that were taken place, a lot of questioning that was done at the higher levels of the officials of these two companies as well. Even Mr. Anil Ambani was, asked to be summoned for questioning as well before the ED as well. So that's something that had kept the stocks under check. Look at it in the last 1 month. These stocks have lost about 20-25% in trade. But in the last 2 days, again, these stocks are back into momentum. What we have seen is that Reliance Infra has jumped up almost 11% in the last 2 days, and Reliance Power also has zoomed by over 10% as well. Now, this rally was sparked after Reliance Infra actually got a letter of award or an order from NHPC for a large solar power and battery storage project as well. So, there have been some news flows that have actually led to the stock moving higher. In addition, Reliance Power's combined clean energy pipeline now stands at over 3 gigawatts of solar DC capacity. So that's something that keeping the stock buoyant again. Let's find out if Brijesh thinks that things are turning better for the stocks. Can one again look at it, or should one still stay away because there are a lot of overhangs and uncertainties around the corner for these two stocks?
Yeah, Sakshi, it will be too early to say whether this can be one of the good bounce. Because I would be treating this as a tech bounce because the structure is not that great. And only after the some news or some event is done, there is a bounce back. So whether to make an entry is a very risky bet. I think there's a better opportunity in the market. So maybe Reliance Infra, though, there is a avoid. Maybe R Power, where the little bit the things are looking okay. The R Power can be something where the see even when I talk about the bounce back, the percentage term can be somewhere close to 58, 55, 56 level. So that is again a small bounce. So that can be in the Reliance Power, R Power, that can be there. Infra, I would not be touching, like I will not be taking any stand on the infra. R power, if somebody is having a position, maybe we'll not take a fresh longs, but somebody having a position can look for 55, 56 level. So that can be the level where one can check the position, but it would be taking a fresh position would be a very risky stand.
Okay, got that. 3:24 right now. Let's try and understand from you, Brijesh, for tomorrow. That will be the weekly expiry session. What should be the strategy that investors must adopt now?
So somebody who doesn't want to take a risk can easily take the 25,000 call option. So that would be the easiest way, because I do believe that the closing will be 25,100. So in the money call option will be the better thing. And somebody who would like to take the little bit hedge position, then because spread would be the option where one can take the future, and at the higher price they can close to 25,000 100 and 25,200 call options, they can just sell it, they can just write it. So this can be one of the hedging position, but the structure is positive. So somebody who doesn't want to take a risk, I think 25,000 call option should be the better trade. And today even the Nifty is closing. Now in the last 5 minutes, I don't believe that the Nifty will come below 25,000 level. So 25,000 call option will be better, but there will be a volatility. So whatever the price, I've not checked price, but I think the close will be 25,100 for tomorrow's session. So that should be enough for the call buyers to make some good money.
Okay, got that. All right, Brijesh, time to start winding up. So we'll thank you then for being with us on the program and helping us navigate through these fresh moves in the markets. 25,048 gives us the confidence we close above 25,000 mark after a fairly long time in trade, and that gives us the confidence that the bulls are maybe now looking to come back and come back for good on the street as well. Let's look at the pockets that have supported and aided the sentiments today. IT and IT all the way. Over 2% of gains coming in from the IT pack. That's 2.5% and 2.6% higher rather. Look at Infosys, nearly 4% of a rally could actually be seen on this one. Nearly 1,500 kind of levels are coming in on Infosys. TCS now up 2.5%, 3,092 levels are being seen. Nestle is up by 2.5%, almost 1190 kind of levels here. HUL, even NTPC from the power pack are also is also doing well. What's not doing well on the Nifty? That's also actually important to really see. When we look at the downside, BEL, Shriram Finance, Bajaj Finance, Tata Motors, IndusInd Bank, these are all the stocks that are down by 1 to 2.5% in trade. These are the pockets that are actually lagging on an otherwise bright green day that we've actually seen in the markets. Today, let me also look at the F&O space. 361 WAM, that's the one that's really shot through the roof. 7.8% higher in the F&O action. Colgate, Palmolive, Indian Hotels, Phoenix Mills, these are some of the other names that have pulled up in trade as well. Sectorally, beyond IT, you have FMCG, realty, metals, even the consumer durables and infra, and slight gains on autos that managed to pull up as well. Broader markets definitely doing much better. Beyond the Nifty moves, you can actually see about a 0.5% uptick coming in on the mid-cap stocks. Let me just quickly pull up some stocks from here to give you an idea of what kind of stocks in the mid-caps have done well in trade today. Ola Electric, no doubts about it, 18.5% higher at 53.1 levels. Phoenix Mills about 4% higher. Bari Energies is also on the move, 3.5% up. Emphasis, Vodafone, Indus Towers, so telecom stocks clearly in focus coming back. SJVN, NTPC Green, renewable energy stocks also coming back in focus, 2.5% higher in trade. Let me also pull up Oracle Financial Services, Persistent Systems. These are some of the other pockets within the mid caps that are doing very well in trade. Let me also pull up even the small cap stocks for that matter. Small cap index, you're seeing Godfrey Phillips 12.8% higher, now at 11,060 odd levels. You can clearly see the stock has been one of the outperformers over the last 1 month. If we pull up the last 1 month's chart of Godfrey Phillips, you'll actually be able to see what kind of gains have we actually seen on that one. Carborundum is also up by about 13 odd percent. That's another one that's also doing well. Last 1 month, 20 odd percent kind of a move has been actually seen. We also have Sonata Software, Newland Laboratories, Swan Energy, Brainbees, the company that is the parent company of First Cry is also higher in trade. Some of the fertilizer names like even Chambal Fertilizers are also doing well at this point in time as well. Let's also look at some gems and jewelry kind of names. Sky Gold I had marked out right from the morning, and apart from that even you can see one of the recently listed stocks, International Gemological Institute, that's also higher in trade today. So those are some of the stocks that have actually garnered a lot of momentum. Tomorrow is when the weekly expiry comes in, and that will test whether the last 3 days of a positive move. In fact, when we look at the session-wide move, it's since last 5 days we've been consistently moving onwards as well. So we have to see whether on the expiry day we will continue to be on a sustaining trend above 25,000 25,000 mark, or will volatility again check what we have achieved over the last 3 days in this week as well? Let's start to wind up now. On the Nifty, you can actually see 25,047, 25,048 kind of levels coming in. That's where we end up in the last 1 week. 1.7% of gains have been seen. So last week, which was a truncated week, was also mildly into the positive. This week has been much better. So 6 weeks of losses, last week of stepping stone, and this week we also have built onto the gains as well for the market. So we are on course probably to end this second consecutive week with gains on the markets right there. The screen has frozen at 25,048. What we'll do, viewers, is we'll wrap up the trade right now, but do stay tuned on to Business Today Television. Market coverage continues on the other side with all the news and coverage from the world of business and finance coming in your way.